Okay. Alright, how's it go, guys? Nick with Reviews from the West here, and we're gonna talk about Upgrade today. Oh yes! So Upgrade comes to us from... Ignore it. So Upgrade comes to us from Leigh Whannell, who wrote Saw and Insidious, a lot of good horror movies. And this is somewhat of a change of pace for him now. This is a sci-fi action revenge movie mixed with kind of a body horror type film. And from the trailers it looked pretty cool and I got a little hyped up. But more in that it would have been a cool guilty pleasure type movie. Boy was I wrong, because I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. To start, the appeal of this movie is right up there with the classic 80s and 90s sci-fi movies, like Total Recall, The Terminator, RoboCop, a little bit of Monkey Shines in there, but that's beside the point. The storyline in this movie I totally found absolutely enjoyable, and it's well thought out. That's probably attributed to how well written the script is. You think it's going to go down a familiar and cliched route, but then it just kind of pulls the rug out from under you, and that just makes it all the more better. And the movie bounces back and forth between a lot of great tone. Like, there's some funny dark humor in there, there's some balls out action sequences, and it really plays with the suspense of this body horror situation the main character is in. And on that note, the main character is really cool to get behind. Gray, played by... Logan Marshall Green, otherwise known as Other Tom Hardy. He's a likable character, and you really get the sense of his humanity in the opening before his descent into the madhouse that is the rest of the movie. Also really good is the voice of the STEM chip, played by Simon Maiden. He's very HAL 9000. He's very devious and very deceiving, and he plays off of Gray really well. The two really come off as complementary toward one another. The rest of the acting is really good, and again, fits into that 80s, 90s sci-fi style really well. Also really good are the fight sequences, which kick absolute ass. Yes, I'm keeping that pun. There's just no other way to put it. The action is really entertaining, and it's so well done. The camera work is actually pretty impressive. For as much as it moves around, it actually keeps up with the choreography really good. And the editing is not too crazy either. A lot of wide shots, inserts only when they matter, that kind of stuff. It's just really well done action, fellas. Plus, also, gore. The gore they use in the movie really satisfies, and it genuinely got a reaction out of me, and my whole audience too. We just could not believe that just happened, that kind of stuff. If I'm speaking totally honestly, it's hard for me to come up with complaints. I like almost everything this movie presented. The music is really atmospheric, and once again, fits the style well. It's also catchy too. Like some of the tracks actually got me tapping my foot sometimes. Special effects on both ends are really good. The practical effects are really enjoyable, like I said, and the CGI is really good for a low-budget film. If I could talk about just like a couple minor flaws, there might have been there's like maybe one or two plot elements that go off by the wayside as soon as they're introduced. And also some of Whannell's writing can come off as cheesy, but it's not the bad kind of cheesy. It fits in really good, just like everything else that I've said. The bottom line here is Upgrade is some of the best high-quality B-movie thrills I've gotten in a long time. This totally fits in the camp of those classic 80s and 90s sci-fi action and horror thrillers. It has a cool storyline, the script is well thought out, the action sequences kick ass, the special effects are on point. It's just a rousing time at the movies. Like, this feels destined to become kind of like a sleepover movie, like one where you're having a marathon of movies, you bring all your friends over and you got like a stack of films. Like, okay, we're gonna watch this one, this one, this one, and Upgrade is gonna be somewhere in the stack. And you're gonna have a fantastic time. So yeah, Upgrade. Go see it. Worth the money. Get down to the theater as soon as possible. I mean it. This has been Nick. I'm out of here.